a minute.
Welcome to SFL Twitch Nation. We are proud to be broadcasting directly from Fatality Field as we get a game today between the Las Vegas Fury and the Arizona Scorpions. They call it the Battle of the Desert. It's almost like they prefer sand over grass, but we're going to have a great one in front of us today. Mark, what are you looking for in today's game?
Well, Ryan, first of all, thanks for having me on this call. I'm looking forward to this game. I feel like this game, Ryan, we talked about this before the game. It might be a shootout. Both teams have been very trigger happy with throwing the ball. They've had a lot of pass touchdowns, very good scoring on that end. Both teams like to throw the long ball, a lot of averaging yards per attempt. And so I see that both teams might be looking to pass a lot. It's going to be down to the passing defense, which honestly has been not that good so far this season. It might be a single defensive play that might decide the game.
I am absolutely thrilled to be joined today by the man himself, Mark Lopez, as well as Mark Mello running stats, Tristan Hatley helping us with stats as well, and the commissioner himself, Cameron Irvine, producing this fine broadcast in front of us. We will get a chance to see the Arizona Scorpions offense first, led by Ashley Jackson. The Fury kicker, Otis Boudreau, with the kick, is back and deep in the end zone with the Arizona return as they are playing for us today in black with a nice, shiny green numbers. Why is it green today, Mark?
I do believe that might be for the fact that, if you didn't know, Scorpions glow at night. They glow at night. You see there's a green logo as well, for those who didn't know. So, interesting fact right there.
All right, the Arizona Scorpions offense is led by Ashley Jackson, their quarterback. We will see a lot of DJ Moses. Jackson is under center with split backs and two wide receivers to the right. Jackson, three-step drop, hits and targets the flat. It is chucked out there and picked up. This time, I believe it is to James Hands, one of the Hands brothers. We'll introduce the rest of the offense after this. After this, we've got James Hands, Donnie Hands at wide receiver as well. Both brothers, DJ Moses, the halfback, Jake McCall, a wide receiver, TJ Punk, and they have two offensive linemen, Sean Crooked and EJ DeQ. Jackson under center. Quick pass into the slot, as it'll be just enough. Caught by, that is Jacob McCall.
And very early on, just getting their passing game going. That's what the Scorpions have been doing throughout the season. Didn't get them a lot of wins so far, but it has been reliable for them, and it is working out. So far, so good.
It's the second time we'll see the formation with the halfback just slightly off to the left from Jackson under center. Tight end to Jackson's left as well as the handoff comes up the middle. A little spin move action and sheds a couple tacklers. Gets a little bit of room is Moses, and it looks like they're going to go no huddle. Under center, Jackson again goes back to the same play. This time it's wrapped up quickly. Only a 2-yard gain. Jackson again calls for the no huddle.
Interesting that they go for it again over here.
3rd and 2. Oh, quick passes. Cut down by the Las Vegas defense. All of a sudden, we're facing 4th and 2.
Yep, and actually credit to the Las Vegas defense not getting rattled by the quick firing offense, by reading and adjusting despite this speed and intensity. So they just get a good stop right there.
We get our first chance to meet Brian Clouds, a 6-foot punter for Arizona, standing comfortably at the 29-yard line. We'll see if Las Vegas can apply any pressure. Big kick by Clouds. It is taken and returned to the 21-yard line by number 84, Doug Britton. And this will get our chance to see the Las Vegas Fury offense for the first time, led by Colin Pierce.
I'm excited to see this team, Ryan. The dynamic duo of receivers of Blades and Kirby. They might spark up the fireworks tonight.
A big scoring offense led by Pierce. Under center, halfback, fullback to his left. 5-step drop, finds a little bit of room on the slant. About 12-yard gain is thrown to. That's our chance for the first time to see John Blades.
Yep, and nice pass and nice catch. As we said, John Blades, he's going to be the number one focus of this offense so far in this season. He is the number one in receiving yards, and he has been the main power horse in this passing play of Las Vegas.
Las Vegas sends her halfback to the sideline and choosing instead for 5 wide receivers, 3 to the right. To the left is Pierce. 2-step drop out of the gun. Comes across the middle again, looking for Britton, and he cannot take it down. We'll get a chance here to introduce you to the Arizona defense. Defensive ends are D.D. Sachs and Mark Mello. Defensive tackles led by Alex Constantine, Max Knight. Inside linebacker, B.J. Loveless. Outside linebacker, Joey Tropicana. Big has secondary crew, Iverson Gamble, Parker Thomas, Everett Garrison, Bernard Smith IV, and Eddie Gage. As Pierce hands it off to Scott Johnson, finds no room in the backfield.
And incredible stop right there. That is number 55, D.D. Sachs on the tackle for loss. Incredible play here. He has 5 tackle for loss this season, and he's going to be the key, defender if ever Las Vegas wants to attempt any running play down the middle.
It's the second time we get a chance to see the empty formation. This time, 3 receivers to his left for Pierce. Pierce out of the gun. 3 steps out of the gun equals 5 in a normal play. And it's a risky ball. It's out there. It's intercepted by the Scorpions defense, and there is room for number 29. Oh, is it 39? Who is it, brother? It is number 39, Iverson. Instagram Gamble. This man is hot fire already.
He has just pulled out a jackpot. What a catch. He's just right there standing, picking off the ball. Didn't have to do anything out of his way to pick this one off, and he just runs the way to the end. His team doing better blocks than a lot of offenses this season, but look at that, an open lane, and just take it to the house.
That is a tough start if you are a Las Vegas Fury fan. We get our first chance to see for Arizona. Larry Barr, in this case, is going to come out and attempt the extra point. The 1-3 Arizona Scorpions off to a quick start so far versus the 2-2 Las Vegas Fury. Solid kick, little bit of pressure applied, not too bad, is up and good, and there it is. With 8:05 left in the first, Arizona finds himself with a 7-0 lead.
And yeah, this is good by the Arizona defense. Actually, they already had a few touchdowns off of their defense. And for Iverson Gamble, that would be his 4th all-time career, and incredible already by the defender.
Doug Britton on the return, not really deep in his end, about a yard back, takes it out to the 28. Wrapped up and taken down by the Arizona defender, number 49, Brian Blades. That's a 6-foot, 200-pound safety. As we get a chance, Colin Pierce comes out again. What are you feeling like you're going to get on this drive?
I think their first drive looked okay. There were a lot of defensive plays, and they just need to get their mind back on track.
Under center is Pierce, three tight bunch, receivers to his left, one to his right. Looks like he could favor the halfback out of the backfield.
Ooh.
Ball carries him out of bounds and incomplete with the attempt to Scott Johnson.
And actually good pressure on the defensive front right there, just forcing him to throw the ball too early. He went for a check down, but unfortunately the check down was also too late. The receiver, number 22, Scott Johnson, was already on the out of bounds zone, and good defense right there.
Pierce has a tight end to his left. Number 89, Tiberius Bovine, is out there. It looks like he's got a fullback and his halfback behind him. With the quick handoff to Johnson, hits the dive hard and picks up. We'll mark it down as about 8 as Las Vegas has it on the 37-yard line.
I like it. I like what the line did there, right there. Just opened a single pocket or a single hole in the middle. Scott Johnson quickly running through, picking up a big one for their team. Now they're in 3rd and short, much better than 3rd and 14 last drive.
Looks like they're going with a little more power formation. Two tight ends. Pierce under center, halfback to his left, takes 7 steps, tries to pump it over the top, and it's picked off again. Is Colin Pierce? This time, it is number 39, Iverson. Oh my goodness, we're gonna call him Instagramble number 2.
What a great pick right there. Look at it. Look at Iverson Gamble just balling out so early in this game. His name is Gamble. He should be gambling in Las Vegas, but no, he's in Arizona and he's picking off balls for his team.
That is a tough start, but a good start if you're a Gamble fan. This time, Ashley Jackson gets a chance to take it under center with 3 halfbacks behind her. Full box as Jackson takes the 5-step drop, dumps it off to the halfback, number 25, DJ Moses, and he's got room. It's 1 tackle and forced out of bounds at the 18-yard line.
And a great catch and play, run after the catch by DJ Moses. He already had 76 yards in the season. He's adding over 12 or 13 on that one. Incredible run, and this was just a well-designed play. That they knew to pass to him on the get-go. And compared to the check down by Las Vegas and their drive, this one a ton more successful.
We get a chance here as Ashley Jackson has the team moving. This one is, we got some tight formations here. We're playing bunch football. Under center is Ashley Jackson. DJ Moses stands behind her. Handoff is to Moses, finds a little bit of room, and ultimately gobbled up by number 39, Merrick Itera. Let's introduce this Las Vegas defense. We haven't had a chance to meet yet. Defensive end, Rhett Sawyer. Defensive end, Ryan Ray. Defensive tackle, A.K. Jones. Inside linebacker, Eric Davis. Outside linebackers, Slyn Shady and Drew Drury. The secondary, Tom Craig, Merrick Itera, Nikki Colentrail, Chris Magel, and Max Jackson, as the other Jackson finds herself under center with the handoff to Moses. Tries to follow his fullback, and there is again no room once he gets to the outside. Number 37, Max Jackson. Hey, Max, we just met you.
That's right. And last game he had 8 tackles, a huge tackle number. This game already with 2. That's already huge for him. And just the defense, just reading those plays, those are run plays. They have been good so far this game.
Jackson finds herself in 3rd and 11. This is a long one, but she goes with spread. She has a halfback to her right, play action. Dumps it to the out route. Is there enough room? There is not enough room to get it in. There was enough room for a first down, but in this case, Jacob McCall finds himself out of bounds and facing 4th and 11.
And that is unfortunate. That looked actually close to me. I figured you could challenge for that, and there they go. They challenge it.
Called it.
It is so close, Ryan. I do think there's a chance, but if we get a better viewing angle, a better camera, we'll see if he got a foot down, because that's the rules. You only need 1 foot down. And let's see.
A nice play action. Just tries to force it out there just in time as we take a look. Maybe it is in.
I think I saw a foot in.
I don't know what feet look like. I think it was in.
That's true. Nice. They get a first
Arizona
down.
will not be charged a timeout for that overturn, and they're back in business. They are headed to the sidelines to start prepping the special teams. They run back out there as Ashley Jackson, giving DJ Moses another chance here.
And credit to Eddie Gage, the coach, just realizing that that's a challengeable catch right there.
I formation with Jackson under center. You got a tight wide receiver to her right. Handoff goes to Moses. Thought he had enough room, but not quite enough. Picked up and tackled. Combination tackle by number 36, Matt Jackson, and I believe that's number 58, Drury.
Yep, and that, as you said, it almost looked like he just punched the ticket in for a touchdown, but no, the defense right there able to make a stop before the end zone.
Jackson under center, handoff again. Go back to Moses, the second, and he stretches but cannot make it. The line judge is running in, and he marks him down at the 1 yard line, bringing up 3rd and goal.
That was Max Jackson once again with another great tackle, just inches, or in this case, a yard behind the touchdown, behind the end zone. What a play.
Ashley Jackson calls for a power formation. She's got 2 extra blockers to her right. Let's see if they go off tackle right. The Las Vegas defense fills the gap but cannot get there in time.
Wow.
DJ Moses takes it right up the middle and happenstance hopscotches his way into the end zone.
Wow, what a turn of events. The sides were, the edges were about to close in and, fall crowd over Scott Johnson, but he just pierces through the last second with a tiny hole made by the offensive line. Great pulling and opening by the line, and wouldn't you know, our second touchdown, Arizona is now up 14-0.
Out to attempt the extra point is Larry Barr. Just as shiny of a number as he had to start the game on his first extra point attempt. Kickers keep him clean. The kick is up, and I think we are good. And Arizona flexing early their scoring muscles on 2 opportunistic INTs turned into TDs as they are up 14-0. Britton on his own line receives a kick, takes it back out to the 20, find a little more room to 25. Shoulder delivered at the 25-yard line, and that is where Colin Pierce will try to get going back in the right direction here on this drive. Colin Pierce out of the gun, flanked left and right by backs. He's got 2 wide receivers to his left in this case. Plenty of room. Drops back at a 3-step drop to work the edge again. Picked up and caught by John Blades. Already has 2 catches on the day for 28.
And again, this Arizona defense will be hard for us to cover him a lot this game. They've done it successfully. The first 2 drives coming away with an interception, or with a couple interceptions actually, but I still think Las Vegas would still want to throw to John Blades a lot this game.
John Blades, a pivotal portion of this offense. There is a lot of big play threat for Las Vegas. They just got to light the fire in their fury. Colin Pierce coming under center has a strong left formation, very strong left. No shift put on yet by Arizona. He is under center. Handoff gets just past the defensive line. Ball's on the ground. Picked up by Arizona. Arizona number 99, Mark Mello with the pickup. Fumble from the fullback in this case.
And nothing is just going Las Vegas's way, as if they've picked up the unlucky rabbit's foot. Oh, doesn't make sense. You think rabbit's foot are lucky, but not in this case. Nothing is going their way.
This is a tough start for Las Vegas. Ashley Jackson out of the gun. Moses to her right. 1-step drop. Oh, puts it into the middle of the field. Finds enough room for the completed pass to TJ Punk, their tight end.
And just incredible play. That so far, this Arizona team has been playing with a lot of spunk, and Ashley Johnson just puts it right in the bread basket, like where only his receiver can catch it. Defender's not looking at the ball, and great play right there.
Arizona has been rolling. Mistake-free football up until this point. We'll see if she gets the commentator curse. Ashley Jackson out of the gun. Spread formation, halfback to her left. Play action up the middle, working the edge. It is caught and
Nice.
dropped.
Oh,
The tackle pressure provided by Slyn Shady on the edge breaks up the play.
and that I agree with you. It almost looked like it was a catch. But to your point, Ryan, Ashley Johnson just playing a mistake-free game. An important statistic in all three of their losses, she threw for 2 or more interceptions. And their one win, she threw for 0. So she needs a clean game, or she might need a clean game to come away with a win once again.
Tight end to her left. The handoff goes to Moses, who's trying to power for a first down. Instead, grabs 8, comes up just a bit short, but gives them a nice 3rd and short.
I agree. Power through is definitely the right term. Almost got tackled at the line of scrimmage, but just shakes the defender off. And great run right there, 8 yards, saving what would have if the first play was for a catch, they would have been for another first down. But still, they'll live with 3rd and short.
Jackson under center. Tight end this time to her left. 5-step drop, dumps it into the flat,
Nice.
finds a wide open number 13, Jacob McCall, as he takes it and turns it upfield.
Jacob McCall just some great route running, reading where the defense is pretty soft and where he can just make himself open. And good job on AJ reading the route of his receiver, just putting it right there. And good play, good first down.
We saw this formation on the last play. We get a chance. If you don't like it once, see it twice. Jackson under center. 5-step drop, works across the middle of the field this time. Another shot delivered by Slyn Shady.
And the crossing route right there, she puts it in the receiver in the middle. And the other one who made the crossing route was actually wide open, but still they'll take it, slowly but surely. They're just 7 yards away from a set of first downs, 8 yards from a touchdown, and they're looking very confident.
Jackson has trips bunched to her left with the halfback behind her. Play action again. We've seen this a few times. Works the edge. Oh, cannot turn it up the field, but does get the completion for 4 is Donnie Hands.
And they're just chewing away at this Las Vegas defense. Just, death by 1,000 cuts, little by little, just inching and inching. And whenever they get that first down, it hurts your defense when they couldn't stop. This one is a 3rd and 2. Let's see if they can convert.
Jackson has one extra tight end to her left. She's confident in passing the ball with no room across the back, the end zone. It's not enough for Donnie Hands to get his foot down, and he carries himself out of bounds, bringing up 4th and 2.
But still credit to both Hands and Jackson for, even connecting at all. Ooh, they're going for another challenge.
Oh, going to the red flag twice already.
CF2 was a charm.
See if we can see these two get down.
Oh,
it's going to be interesting to see how they go with this one. It's close.
I think it might stay. I think it might stand. It does.
Arizona charged a timeout, and now they are out of challenges for the rest of the game. So maybe next time they'll use their tablet on the sideline just to make sure that they've got it. But a pivotal 4th and 2, there is an opportunity for a first down if they want to get fancy.
No, I think they'll settle for the 3 points. They're up. This will put them up 17-0, Ryan, and that's still a lot of points to come away with after your first quarter concludes.
Barr's kick is blocked. Is absolutely blocked by number 70, Trent Beckett. That's actually their guard with the block. Comes right up the middle. Could this be the swing? If you are Las Vegas right now, what are you gonna do? What's your go-to play? How are you gonna work this next drive out?
It's a rough, but I think they've been killed a lot, with turnover, so they just gotta keep their game clean. Their running routes clean, and they should be fine.
Arizona keeps stacking the box. There's no room for Scott Johnson to move it today. He doesn't even have positive yardage in front of him. Hey, did you know about the new SFL League website at simulationfl.net? For info on how to create a player to join our community, the league, and the teams that play in it, links to apparel, helmets, and comprehensive history of the SFL. It's over 1,400 games, and it's thousands of players on the virtual field. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy, as we have an incomplete pass there, bringing up 3rd and 13.
It's rough. You asked what is the game plan of Las Vegas, but I feel like Arizona just has their number in all aspects of the game. The passing play, they're always right there with the pass deflection or an interception. The running play, they just keep stuffing Scott Johnson behind the line of scrimmage. So they're gonna have to pull a rabbit out of the hat.
Colin Pierce takes no steps, dumps it off to the slant for his receiver, and it is broken up by number 50, BJ Loveless. It is a tough end for another 3 and out for Las Vegas.
And then 4th and long, definitely have to punt this away. Still a lot of time to play, a lot of game to play though, Ryan, and we shall see. It might not be over yet, and Las Vegas might be able to actually pull a magic or pull a rabbit out of the hat, but we shall see.
We get a chance to see Dustin McRack with the punt. It is returned from the 48-yard line. Immediately wrapped up and taken down is Jacob McCall. A field goal blocked at their last time down, but the offense has not been stopped at this point in this game for Arizona, only stopped to their own accord. Ashley Jackson out of the gun. Halfback goes out to the flat, but chooses to hit the other out route, this time to Donnie Hands. That is his 2nd reception on the day.
And already up to 80 yards passing from Ashley Jackson for 9 of 12 passing. Good for 75%. She is playing very efficient football right now. Incredible by the Arizona quarterback.
Power running base formation here for Jackson with Moses behind her. The ball goes to Moses. Moses sides a blitzer and is able to grab a first down before being taken down by number 37, Max Jackson.
Moses showing that not only is he a power runner, he also has some agility in him, just sidestepping that defender, coming away with a first down. Great running by him.
Jackson under center split backs. 3-step drop, hits the flat, and that is, in this case, it's Jacob McCall with the catch. Nice blocking on that play by both tackles, Sean Crooked and EJ DeQ.
And Ryan, I don't know about you, but I feel like they're gonna go to that play, the out route, about maybe 20 times more in this game. It has been working out so far for them. It's picking up for them, more than half of the 10 yards they need every down. I think it's good for them.
We'll start keeping the tally marks up here in the booth, and we'll see what that number gets to. As Jackson finds herself under center. Ooh, a tight trap run up the middle, and almost a first down.
I like the balance that Arizona is showing, that they're mixing their running play with their passing play, and it's definitely keeping this defense honest. And so far, this running play has been effective as well. 3.3 yards per carry.
That brings us to the end of the first quarter. Thank you for joining the Simulation Football League on Twitch. We'll be back with more right after this. Welcome to the second quarter, as Arizona, being opportunistic through this first quarter, wants to try to get a first down, and they cannot quite find enough for DJ Moses on the right side. And again, Las Vegas is able to stop the offense, possibly holding them to 3.
Another great stop. The first one was a stop for a touchdown, and this one was an incredible stop against what seemed like an effective, running game. But Las Vegas or Arizona once again will settle for another field goal. So bar none of those blocks from the previous one, they should be up 17-0.
This rookie trying to ignore the last time he was out. This time it clears the line. It is up and good. And Arizona stretches their lead to 17 over the Las Vegas Fury. A little English on that. My name is Ryan Yosef, and I'm joined today by Mark Lopez in the booth. I'm also lucky enough to be with another Mark Mello on stats, Tristan Hatley on stats and producing, all the way back from the fantastic SFL offices is Cameron, the Commissioner Irvine, as the kick is away by Barr and returned by Britton out to the 15 and the 20. We'll mark a 22-yard line before he's wrapped up and taken down. And now Colin Pierce with another chance to lead his squad out and try to get some points on the board.
An incredible defense. Here's a stat on Colin Pierce so far. In 8 attempts, he's only completed 25% of those. Already a couple of hits in the first quarter alone. John Blades has only completed target for 27 yards, and looks like they might go for another pass play.
They set up under center, and it is a dive this time by Johnson. And he grabs 2 yards and blown up coming across the middle. Johnson having a tough game today with a total of only 5 attempts.
5 attempts, 3 yards. You're absolutely correct, Ryan. He is struggling, and when you have a struggling running game right there, when you're forced to passing a lot, and when your pass has been, intercepted a lot, it's really tough to play a game like this.
The response from the Fury, if you're struggling to run the football, put in more blockers, and then it's Johnson puts on a shimmy shammy, and then ultimately blown up from the hit delivered by the Arizona defense.
And they just gave the answer, Ryan. What do you do if you're out, man? Just bring more backup. Just bring more linebackers. Bring more defenders to tough that run before it goes for any more yards.
Pierce out of the gun. Plenty of protection, but the blitz is coming strong, and it's Arizona who gets to Pierce before Pierce can get over the top. That is a big loss. Mark Mello leading the charge this time, right up the middle, and it's just no help.
Plenty of protection indeed, but not enough. They just got to him in the blink of an eye, and what a play! This defense, I'm telling you, Ryan, this defense has been the MVP so far. They're just balling out. They've had interceptions, they've had sacks, they've blocked. Well, that's the other team, but just incredible defense so far, and it's what's putting this Arizona offense in such a good position to make those scores that they've had the first few times.
As we get a fair catch here, and fair catch from Jacob McCall as we get a chance again. See a little bit more of the Arizona offense today. Let's see if they can find a little more room on the ground at this point. They've got 11 attempts for about 34 yards from Moses, but I think you're expecting a little bit more from him over the course of this game.
Absolutely.
Jackson under center. You've got a weak formation with the halfback and fullback to his left, or her left. It hits the out route. Risky ball finds his way to the hands of Donnie Hands. It's his third reception on the day.
Really gambling with the pass right there that looked like it was interceptable. She took her time, went to her probably third option, but lucky for her, it wasn't picked off. Lucky for her, and good for them. They come away with 7 yards.
Jackson choosing under center this time from their offensive coordinator. A weak formation, but there's plenty. Fury starts stacking the box tight, wanting to stop this. She chooses to pass instead. She's waiting, and the pressure gets to her. Number 54, Rhett Sawyer, wraps her up and takes her down.
And this time the Las Vegas Lions showing their worth. And as you said, they started stacking the box in the last second, but after the snap, some of those who stacked, fell back. So you only had 4 rushing, but still they got away with a sack. So huge play right there.
Brings up a third, and we'll mark it as medium together. 5-step drop as Jackson tries to put some touch on it, and it's knocked down. The opportunistic Max Jackson not able to come down with it, but they are able to stop him.
Boy, oh boy! I tell you what, Ryan, that looked like it was at the stomach of Max Jackson. any any better of a catch, and he would have gone away with his third interception. But yeah,
Sometimes you gotta watch that
incredible.
ball in all the way. He starts looking like he's making moves upfield before he's really ready. We get a chance here to see Brian Clouds, the Arizona kicker, for the second time today, or the Arizona punter. Looks like Las Vegas could be trying to apply some pressure. It doesn't quite get there. Not quite enough folks selling out for the block as the return by number 84, Doug Britton, grabs about 3, and Las Vegas will start their drive at the 19. Take a look. SFL on ESN is all knotted up at 10-10 in the third quarter between the Swarm and the Kings. Called Pierce out of the gun. Split halfbacks. He wants big chunks, and no,
What?
you cannot have it. You will not pass go, says number 44, Everett. I can't believe I got 3 interceptions already. Nope, just kidding. For Arizona, but Everett carries.
What a huge play! I mean, he just jumps right there. He out jumps, out catches the receiver, and right in the first play of this drive. It is not looking good for Las Vegas. Arizona just has the answers to the tests. Like they came out the final exam, they already had the answer sheet in front of them. They have all the answers.
Ashley Jackson under center, tight ends. Tight end to her left. She dumps it off to number 25, DJ Moses. Puts on a move. Oh, I believe we've got yellow rags on the field. As Moses grabs about 5.
Looked like it was behind the line of scrimmage. Holding. Ooh.
Hold by number 76 will erase the positive yards. Spock Jenkins, the culprit that time for Arizona, and it's going to bring up first and 20. That's my Dracula voice, 20. You know.
Very nice.
Out of the gun is Jackson, halfback to her right. Play action. They've done this before. Gets the nice out route, but I believe it carried him too far. Carried him way too far out of bounds.
Right, a little too much spin, a little too much mustard on that pass. Momentum carrying his receiver out of bounds. You know, that's a Ryan. That's almost challengeable. If his foot was in, unfortunately, they don't have the red flag on their side anymore.
Well, they ripped that red flag away from Gage and said, you don't get to do that anymore. You've already used all your oopsies, even though it's not his fault. As Jackson finds herself under center, halfbacks behind her, dumps it out into the flats. Number 25 is Moses the second. Can't find any room. 3rd and 20.
And the nice thing that Las Vegas defense has been doing so far, at least for this stretch in the second quarter, is they're just they're reading those dump offs and just sending 2 men to make the tackle. Just stop it right on its tracks.
Arizona started out hot, but has slowed down a little bit here in the second quarter, but they're going to go for big chunks here. Empty backfield, deep ball down the middle. Standing alone is James Hands, wraps it up and takes it in for a first down.
Incredible. 3rd and long, no problem. Let me get this catch real quick and pick up over 20 yards in receiving. Incredible play right there.
Eric Itera on the tackle, but cannot get there in time until after James takes himself down on his own. Under center with a tight end to her left is Jackson. Halfback directly behind her will mark it 7 yards. Wants to pass again and wants to get big yards, but overthrows the receiver, and it is an interception. And okay, good. That is Merrick Itera picks him up. I was worried, but gee, he's alive.
He is alive, and he was alive for this play. As he said, an overshot, and he was just right there at the right destination point of the ball to pick that interception. But wow, what looked like to be a very promising drive by Arizona. Turnaround. This might be the momentum changer, Ryan.
We'll see if Las Vegas can take advantage of it. Las Vegas in white, the Arizona Scorpions in black with Glow in the dark. Oh, it doesn't matter anymore. The only glow in the dark I see is number 99, Mark Mello. That's his second on the day.
What a game by Mark Mello, just bringing on the pressure, bringing on the heat, as they say in this desert. And great sack right there. The defenses in both teams just playing out of their minds.
Halfback behind the tackle to the right of Pierce. Pierce dumps it out to the halfback on 2nd and 15. Johnson lucky enough to get back to the line of scrimmage. All of a sudden, they're facing their own kind of 3rd and long.
You're right, and this is they are so close to their own end zone that another huge sack is definitely a possibility for a safety. We'll see.
Oh, we saw a little bit of this formation. The halfback in the backfield, they got trips right. He's patient with the football as he finds an open receiver. John Blades coming across the field, and that is just enough. It's 17 yards, which is enough for a first down.
John Blades is, I think, perfect 3 for 3, 3 receptions and 3 targets, and same story from Arizona. This time being played by Las Vegas. They were trapped for 3rd and long, but they come away with a first down. The defense unable to get off the field.
The only receptions today are between Scott Johnson and John Blades as Pierce gets it across the middle and decides that someone else should get involved. This time it's Tiberius Bovine with the first reception on the day.
Finally, the big man picking up a great pass or a great catch right there. And now suddenly, Ryan, Las Vegas are just marching down the field. Tiberius Bovine is starting to breathe new life into this offense.
Mark likes his ends tight ends, if you will, as Pierce drops back. 3-step drop out of the gun, take the blast to the face. We got a flag on the field. It looks like it's thrown out of bounds by Pierce to save his life. But it could be the red flag or the yellow flag that makes the difference here. Another hold. This time it's Monroe Hutchins, number 66, the Fury tackle, and they'll back him up again.
How about before that play, though, escaping the sack by Colin Pierce and even being able to get the ball away in the first place. But unfortunately, those athleticism is erased by the penalty. They are now facing another first and very long.
Arizona defense giving plenty of room to the Vegas wide receivers. It's almost like they've seen them go deep before. Pierce tries to dump it off, does dump it in the middle of the field this time. I think that is Doug Britton.
Wow, and actually, that was a very big trust sort of play, just trusting the receiver to make this catch. Because look at how many people are in the middle. He was double covered with a lot more people coming to rush him, and he just, with his very firm hands, catches the ball, secures it, makes sure it doesn't get dropped. And now they're 2nd and 7, and what would have been much worse.
The Las Vegas Fury apparently are only using this side of the field as Pierce drops back to pass. It's a congested backfield. And again, we've called it before. Mark, I love my Caramello Mello in the backfield with his 3rd crunch of the day.
What a man. He just rushes, just the value that he brings, just the fact that he is there in applying that much pressure. In any slight mistake you have as an offensive lineman, he just takes advantage of it and he just crushes your quarterback. Wow.
Over 10 yards away is Pierce after that sack. Tries to thread the needle, but cannot put the torpedo, number 50. BJ Loveless puts his paw up there and knocks it to the ground.
Just deny that pass. Although they've been denying passes all night tonight already. Arizona with 4 pass deflections, the 3 interceptions in the first quarter and the beginning of the second quarter, and they looked hot in this one drive, Ryan, but Arizona said, no, we are still a good pass defense team.
Shut down the little momentum that Las Vegas has had as the punt is out to McCall. McCall is wrapped up and taken down. If you're following us or watching us here on Twitch, we are nearing the end of the first half in Arizona. Why don't you go ahead and put in who you think the first half player of the game is, and maybe we'll have a little chat about him at halftime. Or her, him or her. Jackson under center, two split backs behind her with the tight end on the left and on the right. It's a big formation as Las Vegas responds by stacking the box. No room for Moses up the middle, but grabs one.
Good choice to stack the box right there, and nothing going for them. Good first tackle of this first play of this drive.
Arizona wants to stretch their lead of 17. Jackson under center. Halfback offset left. Tight end looks like it's headed to the flat. It is wrapped up. Oh, and run out of bounds is number 88, TJ Punk. Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League. Visit sector6apparel.com or our website at simulationfl.net for replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more that help each team stand out from their opponents. Get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6. Hey, it's a 2-minute warning. We will be right back. Hey, there's the gear. Don't leave us. Stick here, SFL on Twitch. With 2 minutes left in the second quarter, Jackson finds herself under center. The 6'3", 225 quarterback in her 5th season in the league. Out of the gun. Gets settled in, but the pressure's coming. The pressure is delivered by Ray Ryan, number 95.
Wow, incredible. We haven't seen a score since that field goal of Arizona, which even that drive where they made the field goal only went for 20 yards. And then now we've had punts and interceptions, drives ended by huge sacks. Suddenly the game has tightened up, but then you'd think that's good for Las Vegas, Ryan, but no, Arizona has the 17-0 lead, and unless this Las Vegas offense starts showing their own magic, they're gonna go into halftime with a 17-0 lead with a very stifling defense.
Arizona eats up all of the clock here headed into the half, but it still gives Britain a chance to return, and he's wrapped up and taken down. Let's set the scene here a little bit. We have Las Vegas Las Vegas with 3 timeouts, Arizona with 2, with 1:10 left in the second. I would argue that Vegas needs to get points here.
Absolutely. And 3 points, 7 points is ideal, Ryan. But 3 points makes it a 14-point game, 2 touchdown game, probably more manageable. We'll see how they manage that with the time left.
Johnson looks like he could be going hard right. We'll see if they go play action as Pierce is under center, barking out the calls very loudly, trying to get him to jump off sides. They work the flat route, but they work it just a hair outside. Pressure again provided by Mello.
Absolutely, just Melo. He's just putting his imprint on this game. Whether he makes the sack or not, he's just such a major threat to this passing game of Las Vegas.
Pierce under center. Behind him, Scott Johnson. Hands brothers out there with a little side of Doug Britton. Dumps it off into the flat. Ooh, big high tackle put on to Johnson by the Arizona defender, and Las Vegas uses their first timeout.
And this defense is just very stifling, Ryan. They're not gonna score with only 4 yards, 5 yards play. Sure, they're stopping the clock, but this one play though, they didn't stop the clock. They didn't get out of bounds and had to use their timeout. They have to find more ways to put the ball down the field more.
For Las Vegas, those timeouts are a hot commodity. Working the slants, and it's picked off. Right there is number 20. Bernard Smith, the 4th, steps into the slant range, puts his 2 hands on it, and it feels the entire Arizona secondary getting opportunistic.
The man just leapt like a kangaroo, made a catch, made the interception. What a great defensive play. Already up to 4 interceptions. They're like, you guys will never make a touchdown against our defense.
Under center is Jackson. Nice kangaroo referenced by Mark. Dumps it off into the flat, and there's some room to run. Puts on the spin move. Hard shoulder there delivered to Nick Redford by the defense, and Arizona wants points. They're going no huddle.
I like
Under center, 3-step drop. Finds the other flat, this time to their halfback, DJ Moses. and he is wrapped up and taken down. And I believe that is Arizona that took the timeout. Yep, they take the timeout. They've only got one left.
They only got one left. That's it. They are in the Las Vegas 46. They might want to push it up to maybe just under the Las Vegas 35, which is under 10 years away, or sorry, under 11 years away at least. It's possible, man. The way they've been playing, it's possible.
They're going to need a first down to get into field goal range. Jackson, play action, pressure at the knees. Jackson is backwards, but the reception is made by James Hands. Jackson hobbling back to the line with a tough shot across the old bottom bendies. Out of gun, halfback to her left. She's got spread formation. Play action goes back again. Nobody bites. Oh my goodness, is that who I think that was? I believe that was Slim Shady with the tackle. Oh, mark me wrong. It's numbered. Hey, no, it's Slim Shady.
But incredible defense right there. As he said, nobody bit. And they just made a huge tackle. That did put them slightly out of field goal range, but they'll still take it. This will be good for 54 yards. Let's see if they can come away with this huge field goal.
This is a long one by Larry Barr. Had one blocked earlier. We'll see if the line can hold here. The ball is back, set, no pressure provided, but it's got to be long enough. And it is! Between the two lines. And there we go. Nearly halftime, and Arizona extends the lead to 20.
How about that kick? In the last few seconds, 54 yards, reliable legs, just come away with a score. And I think that's going to be a huge wall for Las Vegas to climb coming out of the second half. 0-20. They've been struggling at all aspects of the game. Ooh, it's going to be a rough ride.
Is going to be tough as Larry Barr puts the full swagger on while setting up for the kickoff there. Hopefully you get a chance to see that. You can Twitch clip that one and send it to your parents if you want to. As that is Britain on the return, finding a little bit of room. Oh, sheds a tackle once more, but can't find it. And now with 2 seconds left in the first half, again, we asked for your favorite, who you think is the first half player of the game as we head into half with 2 seconds left. Whew, this one is hot. Hot for a battle of the desert. It's a lot warmer than my home in Minnesota as Pierce is under center. He's going to need big chunks if he wants a miracle. They just hand it off, and it is Johnson wrapping it up, taking it down. He has a tough first half, but we will run both these teams into their locker rooms as the SFL on Twitch gets the first half completed. Las Vegas Fury remains scoreless while Arizona defends at home up by 20. Whew. Well, what do you think? What's your thoughts?
A lot of thoughts, but just a lot of credits I've got to give to this Arizona defense. Just playing their minds out. Like, look at these numbers. 4 interceptions, 2 already by Iverson Gamble. They're just all over the field. Just 2 pass deflections by BJ Loveless. A lot of tackles he's had, like the 3 sacks by Mark Mello. Not to mention just his presence on the defensive line, just disrupting the Las Vegas passing game, disrupting any chance of them having any running game whatsoever. Speaking of running game whatsoever, Las Vegas limited to only 9 yards in 7 attempts. We saw the little blurb that showed up on the screen. Scott Johnson, under 1 yard per carry average. That is not good, and it's good. Their work is cut out for them. They have a huge road. They have a huge mountain to climb. Ryan, Las Vegas. They haven't targeted their other tight end A-star Miramontes, if I pronounce his name right, and they might need to just pull out every single trick they have left in their bag, every single game plan that they have, something to throw off Arizona. I don't think there's a minor adjustment they can make. They have to make major adjustments in their game plan to even come back in this game, I think.
Las Vegas, the number 3 passing offense in the league, has been held silent by the Arizona defense. I really believe that's the first the big takeaway here in the first half. If I'm Arizona, I want to make sure I come out and start quick again, because if anything tells us about Vegas, they can score, and they can score in bunches, and so they're going to have to be careful. But you almost are screaming for Arizona to go one dimension, or for Las Vegas to end up going one dimensional, and that kind of scares me. If you're a Fury fan, if you're Arizona, they've proven up until this point that they've got the secondary capable of turning this football over. So we'll see if it gets out of hand in the second half.
How about this stat right here? Las Vegas limited to only 28% in third downs. And guess what? Arizona is the number one in third down defense. They are only allowing teams 21% third down conversions. Incredible. They're showing their defense right there in the third down plays. And that is another key factor in how they've stifled the Las Vegas offense.
Well, we kick off here soon in the second half at Fatality Field, or the Battle of the Desert. Arizona will deliver the kick to Las Vegas, as Vegas will get the first chance to get momentum headed back in their direction. It's got to start early, as we get a chance again to see Otis Boudreau with the kick. And the return is by McCall. With his heels on the line, and he takes it out to the 20-yard line. Whew! They're lucky. Maybe the number 83 delivers a blast, Mike Bennett, and I think because of the hit, they credit Britton with one more yard instead. Let him start with the 21.
What a hit. It almost blew his head off. Almost pulled a fatality on the field. On Fatality Field.
Over here. All right, is Pierce under center. He's got a tight end to his left and one to his right. They're going weak, and sheds a tackle.
Oh,
Johnson, they've been waiting for this. And he carries the Scorpion defenders out to a 9-yard gain. Not quite enough to get to 10.
It's as if Scott Johnson was listening to our calls of his running game during the halftime break and said, "You know what? I'm approved as broadcasters wrong." Picks up 9 for his team, 9.5 yards at least, but great run right there by the guy.
I would have liked to have seen the Fury come out and try to take a shot here, but they take the safe first down and stick with Johnson on the ground. He grabs 4 as they take it to the Las Vegas 33-yard line.
If Johnson is going to be running this consistent, if he's able to make this amount of yardage earlier in the first half, it would have been much better for Las Vegas. But unfortunately, it didn't. Seems like it's going well for them. Let's see if they can turn around the running game and be their answer for this game.
7 in the box for Arizona as Pierce wants to pass. Pressure. It's a duck, but it comes down by his man's hands. That case, it is... Hey, Tiberius Bovine.
Wow. Number 89, Tiberius Bovine. As you said, it is a duck, but Bovine is the duck hunter and takes that ball into his hands, makes the catch for his team. And I think they're lucky that they didn't come away with an interception.
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that could go one of two directions, but this time it falls in Vegas's favor, and a play action to the fullback. But there's not enough blocking, and it is Mark Caramella with his 4th sack on the day.
Incredible sack right there. Mark Mello with a sack. Also, he's the one manning our stats right here. He's just smiling. He's making those plays. Incredible presence on the field. 4 sacks. He might just pass the number one, the sack leader of the season in this game alone.
Pierce out of the gun, 2nd and 6. I'm joined by Mark Lopez in the booth. 3-step drop out of the gun. He gets a completion and sheds a couple of tacklers. It is Mason Kirby with a gain of 20.
They've flipped the script. They've been sacked. They're facing this defense that is stifling them and sacking them all over the place. They're facing 3rd and long, and then suddenly they're converting 3rd and long. I don't know. I think the halftime break, they just drank some special juice, and now they're back. They're back. Whatever that special juice was, it definitely helped them.
We will not be giving them tests after today's game just to make sure that we stay on par. Pierce out of the gun, empty, extra receiver to his right. Looks like Arizona could be coming out in a zone here. They do. And it looks like they're going to try to work that edge, and it is knocked down by Everett Garrison. Already one interception on the day for him today.
And just targeting his favorite receiver, John Blades. As he said, Colin Pierce, lucky not to have come out, or not lucky not to have thrown an interception, but again, he's gonna keep gambling. He's gonna keep making those long plays because, as he said in the half, they're sort of pressured to be one-dimensional because of the score gap.
Jacksonville put some more points on the board to close the gap in their game, as it is number 30. In this case, Simon Phoenix, the backup halfback, that finds some room, grabs 5 yards. Just to make sure everybody else knows, we've got Mark Mello with stats, Tristan Hatley also helping out. We've got the Commissioner Cameron Irvine producing, and Steve, the cameraman, bringing us the perfect camera angles out there. Pierce out of the gun, flanked left and right by his halfbacks. One step drop, sits comfortably, but wants big yards. Picked up
Oh my!
in the end zone this time. Iverson. Oh my goodness! It's the Gamble Gramble.
He just got a hat trick. Iverson Gamble with the hat trick. 3 interceptions. Wow! I'm at a loss for words, Ryan. I can't say like how incredible his level of preparation must have been so good. He just read every single play.
I've written down so much hyperbole in preparation for today's game, and I've used it all already as Jackson drops back for 3 and gets big chunks and off to the races. It is James Hands. He's covering that football comfortably, but he doesn't need to. The hands man into the end zone.
Oh my goodness. All right, Arizona in this clash of the deserts. They're the one that brought the heat. They're the one that's on fire in James' hands in the first play of Arizona's second half. Just, whoo! Look at this. He literally burned this defense. He's alone. No one's there, and great overall. I think the offense said, Ashley Jackson said, the defense has been balling out. Let's reward them by scoring a touchdown of our own.
Stretch the lead to 26 as quite just one of the craziest swings in momentum. Las Vegas was moving comfortably, but now find themselves down by 6 more points. Larry Barr on for the extra point from the 9. The 19-yard extra point is up and good. Reese's 27 points for Arizona. Oh, if you are a Las Vegas fan, you're having a tough time now, but you got to start collecting the pieces back together. You're going to establish and figure out what kind of offense you're going to run to get back into it, but we spoke about this. One-dimensional is probably the only way they can do it.
It's not going to cut it for them, but it is what they're forced into because of how, this game has been progressing. Or running, just chip yards, a small chunk plays is not going to cut it. So that's why they've been gambling all night. As soon as the second half began, they've been gambling with these long plays. You saw Colin Pierce threw it a lot of times, throwing that deep ball. And unfortunately, this one time, once again, another interception. But it is so tough to play this far behind.
They're going to need big chunks. 7:40 left in the third. Pierce in a power formation. Looks like it could be a run. And it is play action. Dumps it to the out route. That case, it's number 81, John Blades. Hey, keep up with the SFL and the teams on social media at Simulationfl. Follow and subscribe to all the channels: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. From teams to podcasters, final scores to major highlights, SFL Social has you covered. Pierce under center, I formation. Keep stacking the box. Arizona definitely committed to stopping the run. This time it is Johnson. He's only able to grab 1.
And whatever fire he showed in the beginning of the second half seems to be stifled and snuffed out by this defense once again, just denying any sort of momentum.
Max Knight definitely controlling the point of attack. That is a big, beefy tackle. Pierce under center. He's got a Unbalanced formation, hands it off to Johnson, who wants to find enough room, puts a spin move on. They're going to credit him with just enough for the first down before being taken down by the grandfather of the SFL secondary, Eddie Gage.
Absolutely. Eddie Gage has been playing for so long in the league, but he's showing right there his defensive value for this team. He's just keeping his bases covered.
They go back to the formation, but they flip it. Pierce out of the gun, dumps it off. This time it is A-Star Mira Montez, grabs one and 2nd and 9.
And I can't blame them for throwing those kind of passes for a short play when you have we said Mark Mello just pancaking the defender, or sorry, the offensive lineman. What you got to throw it. The guy's gonna hit you once again.
Trips stack on the left. Pierce hits the out route, wants to get enough for a first down, and does. Tiberius Bovine grabs a few extra. We'll mark it down as 14-yard gain, setting up Vegas on the Arizona 46.
One of the very few times they've been on Arizona's end of the field. They're gonna want to make the most out of this drive because so far it's been working well for them. That said, this is very reminiscent of the previous drive. It was looking very, promising. Let's see if they can clean up their mistakes and come away with a score.
Out of the gun. Some protection in the backfield. We'll see if it holds. Pierce with the snap. 5-step drop. Pressure's getting there. And again, taken down by the defender. This time, it is Alex Constantine with his first sack of the day.
Incredible, just sacks after sacks. I don't want to be Colin Pierce right now. Just getting hit that much, that's definitely going to be a spirit breaker.
It is a long 19 yards, as if a normal 19 yards wasn't long already. Pierce with the pump fake gets the safety to bite, but cannot get action across the middle to Blades. It is broken up by Vernon Smith.
Look very close to another interception as well. He's just gambling left, right, and center. And those long passes, the more long passes you throw, the more odds you make it that it will be for a pick.
Pierce alone in the backfield this time. Max receivers out there. He needs 19 for a first down. Pierce, deep step drop, not much pressure. Oh, it comes late. It gets there. He is taken down. It is a duo sack that time. Number 55, DD Sacks. And we've called his name enough today. But let's say it once more. Mark Mello.
Mark Mello. If you don't know him by now, you've not been watching this game. How many sacks he's up to 4 sacks and 4.5 sacks. Incredible night by him. He's just playing out of his mind.
Dustin McRatt dumps it deep, and a great coverage by the Vegas special teams. With 4:25 left in the third, Vegas eats up a ton of time on that last drive, but cannot turn it into points. So we get a chance to see Ashley Jackson again. The SFL podcaster finds herself under center. Tight end to her right. Hands it off this time to Moses. He does make some moves, splits the defense, and grabs a first down for a gain of 12.
If I were Arizona right now, I just keep handing the ball to DJ Moses. Really slow this game down, like grind out Las Vegas. Keep this time of possession really high on your end, because what are you going to do against 0-27 when one team is just running the ball and one team is passing the ball? The other one is more pressured to make bigger plays, and that is Las Vegas.
Jackson under center, 3-step drop, chooses a pass. They abandon the run as we find James Hands on the out route. He grabs 6.
And immediately after I say they're going to run the ball, they decide to pass the ball. I think they're just trying to be. They're trying to be contrarian. They're trying to do anything that's contrary to what I say, Ryan.
Good word usage. Contrarian. Nice job.
Thank you very much.
Jackson under center, split backs behind her, two tight end, one tight end to her right, one tight end to her left. Oh, Las Vegas stacks the left side, but they run it up the
Oh
middle as
no.
Moses puts on a spin move and a touchdown saving tackle by Day Drury.
He read the formation like an open book, like a kindergarten nursery rhyme book. He said, "This is too easy. I just see that one opening." He runs it, and they're just making it look too easy. It's like they're playing a team who is, unprepared.
Jackson out of the gun. Looks like she wants to pass, spreads them out, play action. We've seen this one. Big chunks. Oh,
Oh,
hands go up. This time, Max Jackson, number 37. Again, he's had a few opportunities today, and I know it's him because I see that little collar thing behind his helmet. It tells me that it's him, but he cannot come down with it when his team needs it the most.
absolutely. But still, kudos to him though for putting himself in a position that would give him the chance to come away with a pick of their own. But it is rough. Nothing has been going so far for them. They just need to buckle down and do their best.
Jackson out of the gun. Oh, goes on the move, throws across her body. Oh, and the ball finds the ground. Brings up 3rd and 10. Arizona has options in front of them. They do not need to force the ball, up by 27. Vegas still held scoreless. Empty formation. It is a extra receiver to Jackson's right. 3-step drop out of the gun, works the edge.
Wow.
It is caught by Donnie Diamond Hands.
These guys are playing so aggressive. I cannot believe that they're still throwing those kind of a pass. 27-0, they're up 27 points and they're still throwing such passes. But then again, if the defense allows it, then why not throw it? It's just right there, and they're just making the most of what the defense has been giving them so far, and it's working wonders for Arizona.
2 minutes and 38 seconds left in the third quarter. Finds Arizona at the 38-yard line. Las Vegas stacks the right side of the Arizona line, and still Moses finds some room, even though the defense was flowing over there. Grabs 3 to set up 2nd and 7.
Random scorpion fact: did you know that scorpions are actually not that lethal against humans? Unfortunately, in this case, Arizona must be a different breed of scorpion because they do look very lethal.
Jackson under center hits the flat route, and Donnie Hands is carried out of bounds. Hey, Week 5 on the For the Fans network brings one of the league's best rivalries to the big screen with Ramos's 3-1 Mexico City Aztecs and the Mighty's 3-1 Florida Storm. And network-wide coverage begins with the conclusion of the Lone Star and London, and later bonus coverage with the newest rivalry out of the West, Portland and San Diego. Coverage starts at 8 p.m. Eastern. The SFL on For the Fans football season. It's only just the beginning. They got a first down, didn't they, while I was reading?
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing it was a run?
It was a run down the middle by DJ Moses. Picks up third, or about 3 yards in what was 3rd and 2. Again, he's just the reliable first down getter for this team.
Moses over 50 yards on the day as Jackson drops back to pass. Hits James Hands up the line. He's able to turn it upfield, grab 16 yards and another Arizona first down.
They just keep marching down the ball. They've been on fire. They're 7 of 12 in third down conversion. They've converted for 13 total first downs this game. They seem unstoppable.
Las Vegas having a tough time corralling these Scorpions. This time Jackson chooses to work out of the gun. They have not handed the football off for any big plays, but most of them have been pretty good chunks. Jackson, with plenty of time, dumps it across the middle with the reception and a gain of 4.
About 4, yeah. Still, 2nd and 6. They're actually 6 yards away from the touch from the end zone. So converting this first down is essentially coming away with a score. But let's see how much defense can this Las Vegas muster.
Drop back pass again is Jackson. Jackson. They
Oh,
find a. After you are poo-pooing the idea of a first
excuse me.
down, they find just enough room for James Hands to get the first down as he is run out of bounds.
I might have signed a contract with some devil that says the team you're calling will always do the opposite of whatever you're gonna call. And so far, I'm 0 for how many ever times I've made a guess of what play is gonna happen.
Fury fans are hoping you're going to call a touchdown here as Jackson under center. Looks both sides, maybe switches up the play a little bit. Play action in a run situation, and the
Oh my.
defense gets to Jackson. This time, number 70. Yeah, number 74. Harley Stone in on the sack.
Look at this play right here. And that's the end of the third quarter, but good defense right there saying that we will not give up. We're down 0-27, but we're still going to play our hearts out.
3 are done here on the SFL on Twitch. Make sure you swing back with your forwards in chat as we finish this game. Welcome back. My name is Ryan Yost. I'm with Mark Lopez, Mark Mello doing stats, Tristan Hatley as well helping with stats as Jackson drops back to pass. Plenty of time, and it throws it out to the flats, and she cannot get it in bounds. Actually, run out of bounds, as Moses. And producing from what sounds like a festive offices with the fourth quarter on the line right now in our other game on ESN is Cameron Irvine. Third and goal from the 7. Jackson selects to work out of the gun. We'll mark her at the 13-yard line right now. Plenty of room to spread this defense out. Defense pushes up on Arizona. No room to run down the side. And again, Vegas' defense gets there maybe a little bit too late, but let's not forget to recognize Rhett Sawyer with that sack.
Absolutely. Just credit to how this team, despite being, being trashed 27-0, but they still show that they have grit in them. They still show that they're playing with heart. They're not going to give up. And they come away with, instead of a touchdown, they're forcing the opponent to 3 points.
All right, for the 30-yard kick opportunity is Larry Barr. It is up. It is good. He's 3 for 4 today, and he extends the lead to 27. Let's just watch the angle work here by Barr as he stretches those hips, extends the football out, or the leg out, and puts the football through the uprights. Yeah, that's a great kicking form.
Truly the epitome of great kicking.
I know. That's right.
You could say that he set the bar really high.
Going full dad jokes here, okay?
Probably. Let's see. I'm not yet a dad, so I don't know about that.
Oh, and the rare kneel to take it out to the 20 is Doug Britton, as Las Vegas will come out. See if they can get that round number off of the board early in the fourth quarter with 10:04 left.
Chat right now calling for a shutout. Las Vegas is now playing for the chance of not being shut out by Arizona. Let's see how much offense they have left in the bag.
The handoff goes to John, and he wants big yards, but cannot shed the one tackler. Number 42, Parker Thomas, wraps up and takes him down for a gain of 6.
You know what I feel like, Ryan, the story of the game so far is a lot of missed opportunities for Las Vegas. Las Vegas, especially for Scott Johnson, his running game. A lot of times he breaks the first level of defenders, but down the field, at the second level, he gets stopped instantly. And a lot of times as well, when he does not break the first level of defenders, he gets stopped behind line scrimmage. So, it's either he gets it for a loss or he gets very few yards.
Just not able to string it all together. Vegas today just having a tough go of it. And even when they do get the momentum, it's almost like another tough thing happens to them and it's headed back the other direction, and Arizona takes advantage of it. Pierce out of the gun. 3 receivers on the top. The ball is in and out of the hands of number 17, Marion Cabretti. And it will bring up 4th and 6, and they're actually going to bring out Dustin McRack, which is a little surprising, but maybe it's more of a field position thing at this point. McRack with the punt. The ball is up, and it is wrangled by Jacob McCall, and he grabs a few yards, frustrated because he thinks he left some out there on the field. Hey, we're in week 5, but next Saturday is the start of week 6, and it begins on the 11 Sports Network and the FTF Twitch channel with the Border War. Mexico City hosts Lone Star in a Southern Division fight. Charleston and Jacksonville clash later in the Atlantic Division matchup. Bonus coverage includes San Diego, Fort Worth, and Florida Sioux Falls. Coverage starts at 4:30 Eastern, SFL on 11 Sports. Oh, and a big chunk as I look up. It doesn't even give me a chance in that case. It's number 88, TJ Punk.
He's saying TJ Punk's like, Ryan, don't take your eyes off of me. I'm gonna come away with a big play of my own before this game ends.
Goes right over the top, and in that case, Slim Shady with a tough matchup trying to keep up on that coverage, and he is strung up and out of bounds not until after about a 30-yard gain. Looks like a running base formation here for sure from Arizona, and they'll obviously pass it then, as they do, to number 84. Oh, 84. No, excuse me. 88. TJ Punk again making his appearance felt.
And at the end of the game, you're up 30-0. Why not give the other guys much love? Spread the love around, as they say.
Really surprised to see Arizona still just insistent on passing the football. Dump it out. This time it is to the James of the Hands clan as he takes it down to the 5-yard line.
And James of the Hands clan has been playing an amazing game tonight as well. He has already nearly 200 yards, receiving 187 unofficially this game. 9 catches and 11 targets. Incredible by him. He had that one huge receiving touchdown that went for about 80 yards, but still, he has been the key and pivotal player of this offense.
Ashley Jackson under center. We'll see which hands will. Oh, no, they do go to Mo. Oh, and he's undercut right at the 2-yard line by number 34, Chris Magel, the rookie. Their first round pick, 7th pick overall out of Salt Lake City.
DJ Moses tried to part the sea like Moses in the Bible, but not enough, didn't part the sea enough.
Jackson out of the gun. 3-step drop, waiting for that. The route could not come open in time at the top of our screen. And it was an attempted force pass at TJ Punk. Waits just a second longer. It might have been there.
Ryan, I'd like to give credit where credit is due. Eddie Gage, the coach, he's not only the coach, he's also the owner, he's also the offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. Just the level of preparation he put into this game, it's just impeccable. Like every play that Las Vegas put out on the field, I felt like Eddie had an answer to it.
Handoff is to Moses, and he scallivants his way into the end zone. Fist pumping along the way, and he grabs another touchdown for Arizona.
Up 36-0. This might be an incredible shutout. Is this the largest shutout so far in the season? We haven't had a lot of shutouts yet.
I think it's right up there. If it's not, we'll see. Las Vegas still has a chance to get themselves back into this game, but it is one of the wider margins we faced. Larry Barr. I feel like we just saw him. We made a dad joke about him on for the extra point.
Mm-hmm.
Kick is up. Looks good from here. And the refs guarantee it as Arizona stretches the lead to 37. And at Fatality Field, the Scorpions are definitely glowing today. Doug Britton prepared to return, standing in his end zone. The kick is up by Barr, and Britton decides to take it out. He's looking for a big play out to the 20. Cannot find it as he is taken down by Tom Harris at exactly the 20-yard line. With 7:03 left in the fourth, Vegas definitely facing an uphill climb here. You'd like to see if they can at least get a little respectable with one of the two players that they are sitting on here. The snap
Oh,
is taken, and Johnson is off. He has not had this all day. Sheds a tackler and ultimately taken down by number 33, Devontae Tillman.
wow, Scott Johnson's not going to go down without a fight. He makes a great move. Stutter step right there and makes the man miss. And picks up a huge chunk of yards for his team, much closer to the end zone right now. They're at the Arizona side of the field. And to your point, will they be able to come away with at least some dignity by scoring on this drive?
Let's see if Pierce can do it. He's got 5 interceptions on the day, but it can switch and at least make it a little bit sweeter if he can find the end zone. Pierce out of the gun, 1-step drop, plants his back right foot and wants a big chunk, and it is.
Oh,
Oh, I thought maybe it was intercepted again by Gamble, but this time he extends his arms and cannot find it. Pass intended for Mason Kirby.
yeah, I agree. He did lay out for that, and it almost looked like if he pulled that in, it would be for another interception. But another day's work, another down, another play. They might just end up keeping throwing this ball.
6:23 left in the fourth as Arizona stacks the box. Oh, and Pierce takes 1 step and tries to dump it over the top to Kirby again and cannot get it. The coverage again provided by Gamble.
And his number 2 receiver, Kirby, tonight, incredibly, has 0 yards, 0 receptions, and 3 targets. Which I'm surprised. He is his number 2 receiver this season. Mason Kirby completely removed from this game.
Yeah, it speaks to the stats. When you've got 5 interceptions, it makes it tough to get a bunch of statistics. Pierce out of the gun, 5-step drop, lots of pressure by Arizona, but he gets rid of it with plenty of time. And it is completed out to number 81, John Blaze, as he reels in his 6th reception on the day.
His 6th reception, and now that would put him um, almost 100 yards tonight. They're just playing, getting as much yards as they can. Again, now they're in the Arizona 31. They are in field goal range. We'll see if they can press for more points.
He's got a spread formation, but a tight end to his left on tight. He wants to dump it in the bucket, and he does, taking out the referee in the process. Great catch by Tiberius Bova.
And they've been throwing this kind of ball all night. Just the high risk, high reward. Just throw it deep. You know, uh, it's not that they're throwing with hope, they're throwing with trust. Unfortunately, the Arizona defense has been on point, but this one pass was good.
Pierce drops back to pass. He throws from about the 20 and finds his man in the corner. It is Tiberius Bovine. Gets his feet in, and that is 6. They get off such a round number.
Finally, they said the fans, Las Vegas rejoice. Finally, they have come away with a score. They finally put together a great drive. And I think this drive actually marked by I feel like this was more balanced than any of their other drives. There was that one great run by Scott Johnson for more than 10 yards and just great passing. It was a lot of the same kind of passing where it was dangerous passing, but somehow, some way, a lot of those passes were completions more than they were interceptions.
Otis Boudreau finds his first extra point of the day through and good. Take note of the Atlanta Jacksonville game has completed. Looks like Jacksonville takes home the W by a score of 27-20 against Atlanta, as Boudreau with his only second kickoff of the day It is sent out to Arizona. Returner Jacob McCall, and he grabs it at the 2 and runs it up to about the 22-yard line, sheds a tackler, and taken down at the 24. 5:12 left in the fourth quarter is Arizona, and we get a chance to see the Scorpions offense with an opportunity to add a few more points or really just melt the clock down. We'll see which one they decide to do.
You say that, but so far this game they've been very aggressive, just throwing the ball despite their huge lead. And again, it looks like they might throw. They could throw.
Very aggressive is Jackson with a one-step drop and dumps it across the middle. Picked off this time by the Vegas defense. It's Max Jackson. He's had 3 opportunities, but he takes this one home for sure.
Second one tonight by Ashley Jackson, picked off by the other Jackson and the other team, Max Jackson. And if they had a lot more of those kind of plays, a lot more of those interceptions, Las Vegas wouldn't be in this much of a pickle. But they are in too much of a pickle right now. I think that was too late for them. Still, more chance for more points. And the last drive looked good. Maybe they can muster up the same magic for this one.
We get a big play through the ground, but consistent movement through the air is Vegas on their last drive. They've got a heavy formation to the right, but he dumps it to the left. This time says hello to John Blades, who has, in the last 2 drives, erupted for 3 receptions.
Ooh, not a lot of times where you have a very wide open receiver for Las Vegas. Probably the Arizona defense relaxing a little bit, but when you're up so much, it does happen.
After the interception by Vegas, Colin Pierce out of the gun, split backs, comfortably sitting back there. Pressure not this time. He wants to dump it out. Oh, and it is knocked down by number 39, Iverson Gamble. I believe that is, or Iverson Gamble. I believe that is his 4th pass deflection on the day with 3 interceptions.
Absolutely, that would have been his 4th, already his 3rd. He's involved in 3 pass deflections that almost seemed like interceptions as well. So he could have had a lot more interceptions in this game.
Trips right, tight end to the right as well. Pierce out of the gun, 3-step drop, gets comfortable, dumps it across the middle, but this time mistakes what I believe to be number 50, BJ Loveless. It looked like it could have been the ref, but it hits Loveless right in the chest and finds its way to the ground.
I am just amazed that these defenders, as soon as the ball is released, they're just at the destination point of the ball, as if they knew the routes beforehand, as if they were in the locker room with Las Vegas coaches, just stealing their game plans.
Pierce needs to find the end zone. Waits, and he wants the end zone. Back of the end zone.
There you go.
Touchdown. Mason with his first official reception on the game, and they get to 13, they being Vegas.
And don't look now, Arizona. I mean, you're still up, 23 points. Let's not get too overconfident. Let's close out this game solidly. It's still 4 minutes and 30 seconds. You think there's no chance, but wild things have happened in this league.
Send a text to all your friends at home. Las Vegas is trying to shoot themselves back into this game. As Otis Boudreau, we said he only got 2 chances to kick. This is his 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
We're patiently waiting as the kick goes up. And they confirm it's good. All right. Las Vegas. They were sitting with the shutout. Now they've got 14, 2.5 minutes later. They have got the momentum, and we're going to see if we've got some fireworks here that could be provided by Boudreau. The onside kick is picked up by Arizona, and they are comfortable with it. Number 81, Reggie Rose, one of the backup wide receivers, wrangles it in, and maybe now Arizona will be comfortable running the football. Maybe.
With this team, the way they played, it's like playing craps. It's like playing crapshoots. It's a gamble. It's like you're betting against will they run play or not. Looks like they will.
Really tight formation here. Handoff goes up the middle, and this time we get Moses with the run. He grabs one, and just as importantly for Arizona, the clock continues to tick. Jackson under center, split backs behind her, tight end to her left, end to her right. It is a run look formation, but Vegas stacks the box with 7 and a possible 8 if he walks down. They are ticking the clock down. Under 5 seconds left on the play clock. Jackson snaps the football, hand off to Moses. Moses tries to find some room up the middle, but there is none to be found. Number 55.
And what I think is Las Vegas were absolutely expecting more from the running game of Arizona. That said, Arizona only attempted 19 rushing yards this game. They were much more. It looked like they were much more prepared, at least if in this few sequences of runs down the middle, they're able to stop those kind of plays.
It is interesting. Moses today with only 19 attempts, that one being his 19th, but does have 2 touchdowns. So when it counted, they called Moses' number. Jackson under center. 3-step drop, dumps it out into the flats. That time it is Donnie Hands, and he watches the football in. It'll bring up 4th and 3, but the clock continues to percolate down to 0.
And guess what? It's 52 yards approximately to the field goal.
Are
To
you
the field
calling?
goal.
Are you calling a field goal?
I don't know. I've been wrong a lot of times in this game.
I thought they'd come out with the field goal too. Instead, we see Brian Clouds out to punt. He stands on the 49-yard line. He'll probably walk it up to the 50, trying to pin Las Vegas deep. They do walk the clock down again, or stand the clock down. Hang time looks like it could be north of 3.5. It is, and it rolls into the end zone for a touchback. Las Vegas will get the football here with 2:18 left in the fourth. They will start it at the 20-yard line. Let's see if Colin Pierce can get a big chunk. Look for him to look. Look for him to look. Johnny Blades Way. That's like a road in my town. Johnny Blades Way. Pierce drops back to pass. Moves up in the pocket, tries to get it out, does get it out to number 84, Doug Britton. And Vegas is in the no huddle offense scenario, but they're going to need bigger chunks than they can probably get here if they just do that. Pierce, 1-step drop, another big chunk up the middle, and he heads back to Britton again. And we stand with a 2-minute warning. This is Simulation Football on Twitch, and we'll be right back after this short break in our little review of Britton's catch. Welcome back. I'm Ryan Yosef. I'm in the booth. Helping me out today is Mark Lopez. On stats is Mark Mello and Tristan Hatley. Producing back in the offices is Cameron Irvine, the commish, the protector of the shield, as it is Pierce out of the gun, and as he dumps it out to the flat, and we stop the clock with a Mason Kirby reception.
Yeah, and that's what they're gonna end up doing. I don't think there's a chance that they're gonna come away with a W this game, but they played their hearts out despite what the game score shows. There were a lot of mistakes, but I think it's the play style of Las Vegas. Like they love throwing that deep ball, and when you throw that deep ball, you're risking those kinds of interceptions. It's a gamble, right? They're Las
Look,
Vegas, and wow,
and a tough flag coming in at the end. They take the gamble against gamble, and this time it comes through with the reception by Kirby. Kirby's down and touchdown, and then the flag thrown late. I think we've got unnecessary roughness here.
ooh, it might be right.
Hit. They'll take the late hit and they'll cut it down. They'll half their way to the goal as Vegas continues to make this interesting.
Absolutely, they're like they have the talent, Ryan. They have the skill. Like these star receivers, Mason Kirby, John
Ooh,
Blades,
helmet
great.
on
Oh,
helmet.
what?
Ouch.
That was rough.
It's just like a big wooden plank coming down on the back of your head, but Kirby seems to be okay. Out of the gun is Pierce. Pierce wants to try to get 7 more. He can do so here if he can find the end zone. They have an opportunity. Oh, they do not have an opportunity at the first. Another first down as they're at the 9. And they find their
There you
way
go.
into the end zone. Mason Kirby comes alive on this drive. They go to Kirby Town.
Kirby is on fire in this last few drives. 3 straight drives that end up in scores by Las Vegas. Kirby is the benefactor of 2 of them. And that's right, 20 unanswered points. Arizona, man. If this came much earlier, they would have been in more trouble.
All those folks at home who took the bets are clutching their dollar bills right now. The under over is at 57.5, and we are at 57 points. All the fans are blowing in the wind. The kick is up, and we are at the over. Well done. You can now send in those tickets. If you took home some money today, make sure to send it to Cameron Irvine, the commissioner of the SFL, as we help to try to build a league out here. Onside kick again is Boudreaux. Boudreaux wants to get fancy, but he gets so it's a crown up. And instead, it is
So
picked up
close.
by number 42 for Arizona, Parker Thomas. I was going to make fun of Boudreaux by trying to get fancy and just kicking it right to Arizona, but they found the Stonemans in the group and ends up with an opportunity. But Arizona shuts it down. Both teams with 3 timeouts left, 146 left in the fourth, and Ashley Jackson gets a chance to try to get the team one more first down. Oh, as it is I think they might be bringing, I don't think that was DJ Moses up the middle, but they grabbed 1 yard and he wrapped up and taken down by Slin Shady.
That was such a close onside kick turn of events. If they had gotten that, they're just down 16. It's essentially 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions, which was doable. It's a little stretch, but it would have been the chance, man. It would have been the chance for glory.
Jackson under center. And they find a little bit of room for number 31. Jeez, up the middle, and he's wrapped up and taken down for a 2-yard gain.
Granted, Arizona's aggressiveness, they're going to throw this in 3rd down and make that first down conversion probably.
We took a look and we reached out to the sideline reporter, and they have shut down DJ Moses for the day. He is done after putting in his time served with 19 attempts, but they intercepted. James Cutler, the backup quarterback, throws the interception to number 99, Slim Shady. And let's see if some more fireworks are left here for Las Vegas.
Is this it? Is this it, right? The greatest comeback, 37? A 37-point comeback we shall see.
We are out of control here, as there might be, as some fans had started filing towards the exits, they started tapping each other on the shoulder, and they've turned around and they've come back. They want to make sure they see the end of this game as Pierce is under center, halfback offset left. Pierce with a 1-step drop decides to dump it off to the flats. That is Johnson. He's going to need to make a few people miss. He cannot. He is stuck.
Gotta go.
The clock is ticking. At least the quarterback can get there quick, as Pierce is under center. All the wide receivers that were down the field hustling back. No spike. Dumps it off again to Johnson. They'd probably like to see Johnson go out of bounds. He chooses not to.
He didn't go.
Got 1 timeout left. 3rd and 1 is Pierce. Pierce likely under center again. We see the trips formation again. Arizona. Cornerback number 21 is trying to get back in time. They dump it off. They get the first down, but Johnson
Oh no.
almost like defiantly choosing not to go out of bounds, gets wrapped up and taken down inbounds again with 45 seconds left in the fourth. Las Vegas on the 36. Dumps it to the middle of the field this time. Hard shoulder delivered to number 17. Marion Cabretti, their backup wide receiver, finds some playing time here as the clock ticks away. Dumps it off to Johnson. Johnson is taken down by a whole plethora. Well, it's only two. We'll call it a duo of Scorpions. All right, if you are still with us on Twitch, make sure you send us your nominees for Player of the Game as this game closes down with 15 seconds left. Las Vegas wants 6 or 7 more points badly here, but they're going to need to start throwing it down the field in order to get it. Hits the flat route, and hey, let's stop the clock, says John Blades, as he grabs 14.
Finally, a breath of rest. And that very quick drive. I'm surprised they didn't go out of bounds, as you said, as if they had out of bounds aversion syndrome or something.
Just got to touch the out of bounds. Looks like we're going to go Hail Mary here. Let's see if we can get some excitement. Anybody at home rooting for Iverson Gamble to get, if he gets his 4th interception, probably moves him up into one of the players of the week here. It goes back, tipped up, and finds the ground. We get a chance to meet R62 as he closes out the game by waving hi to all the fans in the stands. Here, we are happy to see you and have you be a part of this as Las Vegas takes home only 21 points, but Arizona comes home stronger with 37 in the W. Arizona moves to 2-3. Las Vegas falls to 2-3 themselves, and it's really like the tale of like 3 out of 4 quarters. Las Vegas really so? In the 4th.
Essentially, you're right. Absolutely, it's Arizona all night, and then Las Vegas decides to check in at the last 2 minutes of the game. The 21 points, I believe, happened in the span of under 5 minutes left in the game, which goes to show that Las Vegas, earlier mentioned, scores in bunches. They could have scored in bunches. A lot of those turnovers, if were non-existent, if some of those turnovers were not turnovers, this could have been a much more different ball game. But that is the tale of the tape. That is how the ball falls, how the coin falls. Arizona comes away with great defense, just carrying their team, and incredible. By the way, those interceptions by Gamble were out of this world.
Yeah, he really showed up when they needed to. The Arizona defense fell quiet with about 5 minutes, like you said, left, but they were there for the whole rest of the other part of the game. I think the part that kind of forgot my train of thought here as I just watch all these run back. I think the Arizona defense showed up. Sacks galore by Melo today. Can't go ignored. 4 sacks. As we take a look here at the close, we'll get a chance to catch the player of the game. I think for me, when I look at it, I have a tough time going against one of the defenders because, honestly, like, they're not big yards from Moses. I mean, Melo, Gamble.
Right.
For me, and you've got, Gamble found the end zone, so that could be the deal breaker for me.
Well, in chat, they make a good point that if you could give it to more than one person, you give it to the entire defense of Arizona.
And look at that. James Hands surprisingly taking home the player of the game. Well, we really appreciate you from the SFL joining us from wherever you are. As we close out today, the SFL on Twitch, I'm Ryan Yosef. Had a great time with Mark Lopez helping me out. Mark Mello on stats. Tristan Hatley showing up big for his first time. Thanks for joining us. And Cameron Irvine back in the offices. We hope you'll join us. Come see us tomorrow as we finish up week 5.